Numericals on Transformer, Problem 5. Transformer will have both primary and secondary winding, and both these windings are not pure conductors, so they will be having some resistance in it. These resistances are denoted as R1 and R2. R1 is the primary winding resistance and R2 is the secondary winding resistance. The main motto of a tutorial is to find the equivalent resistance of a transformer, as resistance R1 and resistance R2 are from different windings and also from different sides. We cannot add them. So, how can you find the equivalent resistance of a transformer? That is the question. We can find the equivalent resistance by two ways. First one is equivalent resistance referred to the primary side, and second one is equivalent resistance referred to the secondary side. Case 1. Equivalent resistance referred to primary side. Shift the secondary winding resistance R2 towards the primary side, and then both the resistance will be in series. Now we can easily add them. That the primary shifted resistance will be called as R2 dash. Now the total resistance referred to the primary side is R01 equal to R1 plus R2 dash, where R01 is the equivalent resistance of a transformer referred to the primary side, where R1 is the primary winding resistance, R2 dash is the shifted resistance from the secondary winding to the primary side, and we need to find the value of R2 dash in order to find the equivalent resistance of a transformer. For finding R2 dash, we will start our analysis. Let the current flowing in the primary winding is I1 and the current flowing in the secondary winding is I2. As there is resistance in the winding, therefore the heat will be dissipated due to this resistance, which is termed as copper loss. The copper loss in the primary winding is I1 square into R1, and the copper loss in the secondary winding is the current flowing in the secondary winding, that is I2, so therefore I2 square into R2. So the total copper loss in the primary winding and secondary winding is nothing but the sum of I1 square into R1 plus I2 square into R2. Important point to be noted is, even though when we shift the secondary winding resistance R2 to primary side, the total copper loss in the transformer should not change. Let's take an example for better understanding. Suppose in a transformer, the primary and secondary currents are 2 ampere and 1 ampere. If the primary winding resistance R1 is 5 ohms and the secondary winding resistance is 10 ohms, we need to find R2 dash. Writing given data from the example, then the primary winding current I1 is 2 ampere, secondary winding current I2 equal to 1 ampere, primary winding resistance R1 is 5 ohms and secondary winding resistance R2 equal to 10 ohms, and we need to find the shifted resistance R2 dash. First we find copper loss in both the windings. Copper loss in the primary winding is I1 square into R1, that is 2 square into 5, 20 watts. And next, copper loss in the secondary winding is I2 square into R2, that is 1 square into 10, 10 watts. The total copper loss in the transformer will be the primary copper loss 20 watts plus secondary copper loss 10 watts, that equal to 30 watts. For a meanwhile, remember this 30 watts. We will go to the next section. And now we are shifting the secondary resistance R2 towards the primary side. Now the R2 will becomes R2 dash. Now the current flowing in R2 dash is nothing but the primary current I1, that is 2 ampere. And now the total copper loss will be I1 square into R1 plus I1 square into R2 dash, where R2 dash is the shifted resistance from secondary winding to the primary winding. And this copper loss should be equal to 30 watts, which we calculated before. In a transformer, the copper loss will not change even though if we shift the resistance from one side to other. Equating the copper loss equation to 30 watts, then I1 square into R1 plus I1 square into R2 dash equal to 30. We know the values of I1 and R1, that is I1 is 2 ampere and R1 is 5 ohms. Substituting the values of I1 and R1, we will get R2 dash equal to 2.5 ohms. So now we will make a conclusion. When the secondary side resistance R2 equal to 10 ohms, when shifted to the primary side, then it will becomes R2 dash equal to 2.5 ohms. The total resistance referred to the primary side R01 is equal to R1 plus R2 dash, where R1 is 5 ohms and R2 dash we just now calculated 2.5 ohms. Therefore, R01 is equal to 5 plus 2.5, that is 7.5 ohms. For making a generalized formula for R2 dash, we need to know the transformation ratio K. K equal to N2 by N1, that equal to primary current by secondary current. From the numerical, the primary current I1 is 2 and I2 is 1. Therefore, the K from this numerical is 2. The secondary winding resistance R2 equal to 10 ohms. When shifted to the primary side, it will becomes R2 dash, that is 2.5 ohms. We can notice that the R2 value will be divided with 4 times to become R2 dash. We can write the value of 4 in terms of transformation ratio K. The transformation ratio for this given numerical is 2. Therefore, we can write 4 as K square. Replacing 4 with K square, then we will get a generalized formula for R2 dash. Therefore, R2 dash is equal to R2 by K square. So now, the total resistance referred to the primary side is R01, that equal to R1 plus R2 dash, that equal to R1 plus R2 by K square. Along with the resistance in the transformer, there will be having a finite leakage reactance due to the leakage flux in the core. This leakage reactance can be represented in the terms of X1 in the primary and X2 in the secondary winding, respectively. The same theory is applicable for reactance. The secondary side reactance X2 when shifted to primary side, then it will becomes X2 dash. The generalized formula for X2 dash is X2 by K square. And next, impedance Z. Impedance Z is nothing but vector sum of resistance and reactance. When the secondary side impedance Z2 is shifted to the primary side, it will becomes Z2 dash. For generalized formula, Z2 dash is equal to Z2 by K square. Now we will look into case 2, that is equivalent resistance referred to the secondary side. When the primary winding resistance R1 is shifted towards the secondary side, then it will becomes R1 dash. And now we can add both the resistances. Therefore, the total resistance referred to the secondary side is R02 is equal to R1 dash plus R2. And we don't know the value of R1 dash, and we have to find this R1 dash in order to find R02 value. Once again we recalling it, even though the primary resistance is shifted to the secondary side, the total copper loss in a transformer will not change. We will take the same example, but here we will find the primary to secondary shifted resistance, that is R1 dash. And the given data will be same, and we need to find here R1 dash. It's just a previous slide. I just kept here to recall you that the total copper loss in our transformer is 30 watts. When R1 from the primary is shifted to the secondary side, it will becomes R1 dash, which is represented in the transformer winding diagram. And the current flowing in R1 dash is I2, that is 1 ampere. Now the total copper loss will be I2 square into R2 plus I2 square into R1 dash. And this will be equal to 30 watts, that is the total copper loss in the transformer. Equating our total copper loss equation to 30 watts, then I2 square into R2 plus I2 square into R1 dash, that equal to 30. Substituting the values of I2 and R2 in the equation, we will get R1 dash is equal to 20 ohms. So the primary winding resistance R1 5 ohms, when shifted to the secondary side, it will becomes R1 dash that equal to 20 ohms. The total equivalent resistance referred to the secondary side, that is R02 is equal to R2 plus R1 dash. After substituting the values of R2 and R1 dash, we will get R02 is equal to 30 ohms. For writing generalized formula, we will take the help of transformation ratio K. For the given numerical, transformation ratio K is equal to I1 by I2, that equal to 2. Primary winding resistance R1, that is 5 ohms, when multiplied by 4, we will get R1 dash is equal to 20 ohms. Same like previous one, we have to replace 4 with K square. Then we will get a generalized formula for R1 dash, that is R1 dash is equal to R1 into K square. And the total resistance referred to the secondary winding side is R02 is equal to R2 plus R1 dash, where R1 dash is equal to R1 into K square. We already discussed this. The same formula is applicable for the reactance X and the impedance Z. When the primary reactance X1 is shifted to the secondary side, it will becomes X1 dash. The generalized formula is X1 dash is equal to X1 into K square. Similarly, for the impedance Z, the generalized formula is Z1 dash is equal to Z1 into K square. These are overall formulas when the resistance, reactance and impedance are shifted from one side to the other side. Just go through it. Now we will do a numerical based on the formulae. A 30 kVA 2400 by 120 volts 50 Hz transformer has a high voltage winding resistance of 0.1 ohms and a leakage reactance of 0.22 ohms. The low voltage winding resistance is 0.035 ohms and the leakage reactance is 0.012 ohms. Find the equivalent winding resistance, reactance and impedance referred to the high voltage side and low voltage side. Writing the given data, the rating of the transformer given is 30 kVA and the voltage ratio, the primary voltage is 2400 divided by secondary voltage is 120 volts. So the overall voltage ratio is 2400 divided by 120 volts. And also they given frequency F equal to 50 Hz. Here the primary side voltage is 2400, which is high voltage. Therefore the high voltage side resistance, which is primary side, that is R1 is equal to 0.1 ohm, and also the high voltage side reactance, that is primary side reactance X1 is 0.22 ohms. The secondary side voltage, that is low voltage 120 volts. Therefore the low voltage side resistance R2 is equal to 0.035 ohms and low voltage side reactance, that is secondary side reactance X2 is equal to 0.012 ohms. First we will find the transformation ratio K. It is nothing but V2 by V1. Therefore 120 divided by 2400, that will give us K equal to 0.05. Case 1, referring to high voltage side. According to the problem given, the high voltage side is in primary side. Therefore we have to calculate R01, that is R01 is equal to R1 plus R2 by K square. Substituting the values of R1, R2 and K, we will get R01 is equal to 14.1 ohms. Similarly, we have to find the primary equivalent reactance, that is X01. We know the formula X01 is equal to X1 plus X2 by K square. Therefore, substituting the values of X1, X2 and K, we will get X01 is equal to 5.02 ohms. After calculating the values of R01 and X01, we have to calculate impedance Z. Impedance Z is nothing but vector addition of resistance and reactance. We have a direct formula Z01 is equal to square root of R01 whole square plus X01 whole square. After substituting the values of R01 and X01, we will get Z01 equal to 15 ohms. Similarly, case 2, referring to low voltage side. According to this problem, the low voltage side is in secondary side. Therefore, we need to find R02. We know the formula R02 equal to R2 plus R1 into K square. After substituting the values of R2, R1 and K, we will get R02 equal to 0.035 ohms. Similarly, we will find the secondary equivalent reactance X02. We know X02 equal to X2 plus X1 into K square. Substituting the values of X2, X1 and K, we will get X02 equal to 0.012 ohms. By substituting the values of R02 and X02 in the equation, Z02 equal to square root of R02 whole square plus X02 whole square, we will get Z02 equal to 0.0374 ohms. And these are the final answers.